Hello citizens, welcome back. It's Man City 3, Brighton 1. This is the match reaction, so make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, and let's jump in. So this game for me, do you know what? I'm just glad it's over, and I think looking back at it, I think Pep will just be glad it's over as well. We got 3 points, and we can move on to the next game. After last week, we got beat 1-0 by Liverpool. And of course, it was a frustrating result because I don't think it was deserved, that defeat, but we needed to bounce back, and we did that. We didn't do it in superb fashion. We didn't play blistering football. We didn't play very well. But we got the goals and we got the points. And at the end of the day, that's all that mattered. And looking at this game, Pep did revert a little bit back to what I said in the match preview, which was, you know, De Bruyne's going to go back into his usual position. Gundogan came out of the team. He did play Grealish. But he didn't play Foden in this one. He gave Mahrez another chance on that right-hand side. In defence, we had Cancelo on the left, Akanji on the right. And it was nice to see Laporte and Diaz playing together as well. And of course, Haaland up front leading the line. And I've got to say, that first half was very sloppy. It was quite slow. You wouldn't think we'd had a week off. We looked tired. We looked laboured. You know, it was pretty poor, to be honest with you. The passing was off. The energy was off. And, you know, even though we have Bernardo midfield running around where like he usually does and going back and forward, you know, Foden's lack of presence there, it just showed because the front three, they really didn't look like they were interested half the time through that. You know, Grealish didn't really get much service on the left-hand side. When he did all right with it, carrying the ball forward. Mahrez, you know, half chances fell to him. He had a great chance in the second half, but he didn't do anything either. And Haaland just looked a little bit isolated. Haaland did, you know, he did drop back quite a lot. You know, he did pick up pass, try and create something himself. You know, and he was his usual bullish presence as well on their back four, pushing centre halves over and getting stuck in. But really, we weren't creating anything. And I think our first shot on target was Haaland's first goal, which was a great ball by Ederson, of course. I mean, that's what he's in the team for. You can't really call him a goalkeeper. He doesn't really save many, but he's there to create chances. And he did that. You know, long ball forward, straight to Haaland. You know, he gets there ahead of the keeper who's in no man's land. And he just muscles the defender off for balling, scores, open goal. And it was a great goal, to be honest with you. And you really want to see that more as well from Ederson and from Haaland. They've got two players there who can link up really nicely with each other. And they're kind of made for each other. The long ball over the top, Haaland using his pace and his strength. I want to see more of that. And hopefully we do from now on. The second goal was a penalty. Now, I know we had 3 penalty shouts in that first half. None of them were given. I can only go off what Sky Sports said because I haven't seen the highlights. But Sky Sports said all 3 of them probably should have been penalties. Again, I can only go off what they say. Although, you know, the penalty that was given towards the end of the first half for Haaland second, then it was a great penalty, by the way. Absolutely smashed that in the bottom corner. But for the penalty that was given, I don't know if they're going to show it on the highlights. They probably won't. But the ball, like after the foul, the ref played on about 3-4 minutes. Do you know what? I bet it was close to 4 minutes the game went on for. They were switching it. They had it on the left and they had it on the right. You know, they were in our half, in their half. And then eventually he stops play. Like, unbelievably. It takes so long. VAR needs to do better. The referees need to do better. And really, you know, if you're going to give a pen, I mean, what's the point of sending the referee to the mitch side upon him anyway? Just tell the referee it's a pen. I'm sick of it. And they've got to show it in stadiums as well. It's appalling VAR. I don't know how it's getting worse. And when every other sport can use it effectively, but football can't, useless. Well, Haaland gets his goal and 2-0 about half time. It was a little bit undeserved. Like I said, we didn't really have any chances. I mean, Brighton weren't creating anything in that first half. It was just a really boring, dull game. Second half, I thought there'd be more energy. I thought City'd come out, you know, a little bit of energy in their foot, you know, and their feet from the first half, you know, went on 2-0. But really, it was all Brighton that second half. I mean, I was watching just Brighton attack after attack after attacking. I haven't looked at the possession stats, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be close, if not Brighton having more, because they absolutely dominated that second half. They really did. We had a few counter-attacks. Didn't really do much with it. Like I said, Mahrez had a good chance in the second half, completely fluffed his lines, and then immediately from that, they attack and they score. Now, Mahrez is going to get flack for not scoring that goal, because if he had, Brighton probably wouldn't have scored in this game. Well, they certainly wouldn't have gone up the other end and scored straight away like they did. But for me, Akanji, right back for that goal, made 3 massive mistakes. Firstly, he gives the ball away and he's weak. He doesn't then trap back. He's too busy complaining about pushing this back. I mean, he's got to be stronger. I mean, look at what Haaland did to their defender in the first half. Then when he does get back, he lets the defender cut inside him. And the third fault he has is he doesn't close down Trossard when he takes the shot. If you watch, when Trossard gets the ball, Akanji just stops. I'm pretty sure he stopped because I was watching him. You know, I had a good pitch like view from above. He stopped running, and I think it was Diaz who tried to close him down in the end from behind Akanji, and he just didn't look interested. And Trossard obviously scores. Now Edison should be saving his own near post. It was really appalling from Edison, but you know, I'm not going to dig Edison out because we know he's not there to save shots. And in fact, he made a pretty good save shortly after that because again, Akanji gets caught. They turn, they run, and he's run about 50 yards. I don't know who it is, but one of their players has run 50 yards from the halfway line straight into the 6-yard box, and Edison goes down more to save its near post. So Brighton could have been 2-2 at one point. They really did play well in that second half compared to us. We did more defending than attacking at home in that second half. We were really, really bad. And De Bruyne wrapped up the points in the end. I think it was a deflection as well. I know Sky Sports called it like a wonderful strike, won the goal. But I'm pretty sure from my point of view, it was a deflection. And we got the points, like I said, 3-1. It was just glad it's over. I really am glad it's over. On the way home, I heard a City fan on the radio saying that we played amazing football today. It was brilliant. Absolutely disagree. I was bored. It was a poor performance. It really was. But, you know, when you play that bad and you get 3 points, it doesn't matter, does it? 3 goals, 3 points. And Haaland keeps on scoring. And I believe Haaland is now the first player to score 7 consecutive home games for Cityzens. Aguero did it in 2018 or something like that. So, yeah, Haaland keeps scoring. Shame he didn't get his hat-trick today. And, yeah, the substitutions Pep made. I mean, he brought on Alvarez and he brought on Palmer and brought on Foden in the second half. Palmer and Alvarez were just there to see the game out. And really, I feel sorry for Alvarez in certain. I just want to say this. I feel sorry kind of for Alvarez because every time he comes on, it's like last minute, or you know, he comes on in a game we've already won and the team are just not creating anything. So all he has to do, Alvarez, when he comes on, is just chase the ball. He doesn't get any serves, he doesn't get any chances. He just chases the ball. He does it. He works hard, and I kind of feel sorry for him a little bit. But I'm sure that'll come in time, more game time and stuff. Now going forward, we got Dortmund in the week away from home. Of course, we're already through in the Champions League, so that game doesn't really matter much. It just depends who wins the group, comes out of that game. And I'd give a couple of players a rest, because I think a couple of players, they really need to kick up the backside, because a couple of them are not performing that well at the moment. And after that, we've got Leicester away next weekend. A resurgent Leicester who are starting to win games now. There's going to be a tough week ahead of us, and I think we've got Chelsea after that at some point. So games coming thick and fast ahead of the World Cup, so make sure to stick around for that, because we're going to be here all the time as well. Make sure to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and give me your man of the match. I mean, it's going to be Haaland, isn't it, I suppose, or De Bruyne. Who knows? I mean, I don't think anyone played particularly well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out. And yeah, bye-bye.